First, I'd like to thank the pastor for the beautiful service and for all of you for coming out. We really appreciate everyone being here to help celebrate the life of Grace. I'm the 9th grandchild, so I'll be speaking for the grandchildren contingent. I'm biased. I think that my Nana shone the brightest as a grandparent. So the word that springs to mind when I think of Nana is generosity, and gratitude on our part and generosity on her part. She was the most generous person that I've ever known. She had me into her home several times. I lived there on 3 separate occasions during my childhood, including the last few months of high school. And you know, would open her home. It was a small home. Okay, we're talking 850 square feet, maybe. And she would open her home to anybody who needed to stay there, as many of us know, and would spend the last dollar she had every year on Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and so forth. With her catalog, we all remember her catalog shopping, and she had big piles, and we all got something every year, even though she did not have a lot. And I will remember so many things. I wanted to share a few with you. You know, backyard barbecues, you know, with hot dogs and hamburgers and C&C cola. I don't know if anybody else remembers C&C cola. And the vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ice cream. You know, with Aunt Kitty and Uncle Si. We saw Aunt Kitty there on the beautiful slideshow, so we appreciate you know, that was put together. That was very beautiful. Let's face it, she liked Miller beer, and she deserved it. She deserved one after a hard day. And she would, when I was young, so that she would get me root beer, and she'd put her mug in the fridge, and then she'd put my mug in the freezer also, so I could have my root beer while she was having her beer. So I'll always remember that I had my little mug that said root beer on it, and so I felt special with that. She was a mean checkers player, and she only very rarely would let you win, and the only way that you would win is if she let you win. She was very good at checkers, and she learned that from her father, I believe. She liked I remember her Jerry Vale records that would make me and my sister go running from the room. And she liked Tom Jones, and she liked his music, and she liked him because he was handsome. And she liked a handsome man, and as I was reminded many times, a clean man. So she always, she liked to dispense advice. My Aunt Dorothy already mentioned that, and Danny, you know what I'm talking about. she liked to sit you down and you know, give you advice, and it was good advice, and it was sensible advice, and it helped to shape all of the grandchildren and the children, and you know, and probably some of the greats. So you know, it's amazing. 50 people. You know, she's like the Genghis Khan of Long Island in terms of how much she's going to people, you know, the eastern seaboard with folks. You know, 1,000 years from now, I assume that, you know, how do you judge success in life? You know, she didn't leave a big monetary legacy because she gave it away, but she left us, so which, you know, it's amazing. You know, I remember the jungle wallpaper. Okay, the first time it was frightening. You walk right into the living room, whammo, and you thought it looked like a jungle. Okay, and I'm not kidding. And you felt like you needed a gun or something to make sure that in case a lion popped down. But she liked that. She liked leopard clothing. She had, you know, the backyard in Bayshore got out of hand. It was a big crazy backyard with all of the projects. It was beautiful in spots, but you know, she had her Ford Maverick, which I learned to drive on. Eventually, I inherited that thing. She loved the joke about Brian saying that he had red hair from her, because her hair, I didn't know this when I was a little kid, but her hair wasn't really red, but Brian's is, and so I remember her loving that joke about how he had inherited her red hair. I remember her taking care of the worst sunburn of my life. She liked the beach, and she took us to the beach, but I did get a sunburn, and she helped me get through that on one tough evening, so I'll always remember that. She loved Wheel of Fortune like a lot of people do. She would say, look at TV. I'll always remember that. And instead of watching, she would say, look at TV and grease the paint. So, I got to mention baked beans. She would bring baked beans when we were having parties at Aunt Jeanette's house. Oftentimes Aunt Jeanette was the host, or whoever. She would always bring her baked beans, and then also her orange relish. I remember that she would make around the holiday times. She loved talking about the basketball, the long basketball shot that she made from half court when she was, I guess, probably a young teenager, and it helped her to get on the basketball team. And she loved to talk about the long swims that she was able to take on Long Island. I mean, Long Island at that point was kind of, rustic, right? So it was all about the beach. So she was an excellent swimmer, and she even played wiffle ball with me in the backyard when I was a real little kid, because I know how much she liked baseball. And she'd be getting up at 5:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and getting her coffee and going out to work every day. And she finally got to move to Florida, and 75 years old. It got to be. We never thought she would make it. It's like, oh my goodness, she still can't retire. And then she got down here and she was able to live down here about 17 years. So that's a blessing that she was able to live that long, because it was always it was one of her dreams to get to Florida, and I know that Aunt Dot helped to make it happen. And so I'm so glad that she did, and she was able to spend time down here with family and so forth. So it was a well-spent life. We have a lot of gratitude, and we'll always remember it.